In that 6 months, I've lost almost 50 pounds. It has been an amazing transformation. Everyone I see now is wondering what I've done. They just can't believe it's me. I can't believe it's me.
TopFitPros.com.
You can be successful losing weight, but you have to plan for it. We've talked about if you believe you'll be successful, that you can be successful. But remember, you have to plan. How do you make a plan to get there? Well, EMA is a system, and you could follow other systems for eating, but EMA is a system that will take you there without cravings for food, without being hungry. Those are two big overeating triggers. So we take those away. You have to identify your other overeating triggers. So look at my video on weight loss, overeating triggers. You have to find your true motivation, what's going to ultimately drive you all the way to your goal. So look at my video on true motivation, weight loss, true motivation. But you have to have a plan. Before you even start following whatever your system is for eating, whatever your diet is for eating, whatever your nutritional path you've selected, make sure that you have planned for the obstacles, the things that are going to set you back as you go along. Because that's really what stands between you and your goals, is those obstacles, those overeating triggers, and those changes that happen in how you view your journey. They're very important. Think about what change, what am I talking about? Changes. What happens, I've had so many clients over the years going to lose weight. And what happens is you start out with this great enthusiasm for getting to your goal, and you visualize where you're headed. But as time goes by and you're losing weight and you hit some kind of obstacle, a friend tries to get you to go out and have cake and ice cream with them, or any number of other things pop up that tempt you to go back to the way you used to eat. And you start to have self-doubts about whether you can really achieve your goals. And next thing you know, you're ballooning back up again. Or you exercise and you reward yourself with food. You can't exercise enough to make up for the amount of food that you can eat, especially reward food. You know, things like donuts and cakes and stuff like that, that people reward themselves with. You can't overcome that with a whole lot of exercise. So you have to change your view of how the journey is going to unfold. The journey is not going to unfold with rewards, food rewards. Your reward is better health, better fitness, better social life, better self-image, a better body that's more functional for you. Those are your rewards. And you want to keep those in focus. You want to keep your true motivation for getting to where you want to be in focus all the way along the way. So write down those motivating factors. Write down your vision for your future and keep that in your mind. And as you go along, if one of those overeating triggers hits you, and I hope you've really analyzed your overeating triggers, but if you get snapped up by an overeating trigger, if it comes and it sweeps you up and you lose it for a few days and you gain 2 or 3 or 4 pounds after you've lost weight, you've lost some weight, now you gain some of it back, okay? You have to remember that you're still on the journey. You're still on your way to that goal. And so if you plan ahead that when that time comes, that you just absolutely lost it, that you remember, you don't give up. You don't give up because you had a setback. And really, really important, write this down, never give up, and when that time, if it comes, Hopefully you'll just go straight through and you won't succumb to any of those triggers because they're painful when it happens. But if you do, be prepared ahead of time to know that you can pick yourself back up. So you lost 10 pounds and gained back 5. Well, that certainly makes getting to your goal a lot slower, but you're still down 5 pounds from where you started, and that's where you want to start from. Start fresh and continue on your journey. Continue on that weight loss journey as long as you have a good system that you're relying on, nutritional system. Like Ime, maybe you'll pick something else, but you want to have a system that is solid and reliable and can get you there. And then you have to struggle with your struggles, whatever they may be. If there's an emotional component, if there's an addictive component to certain types of foods, those are things that you have to deal with and plan for eliminating. Let's say you're addicted to refined sugars or baked goods. You're going to need to kick that habit. And if you succumb to it and get back into having those refined sugars, and you'll see your weight starts to go up. So what's your plan? The plan is that you weigh in regularly. And the plan is that if at any point you find that you've gained weight from the low point, that this should be your wake-up call, that you can't do those things that you were doing while you were gaining weight. Otherwise, you're going to gain all the way back. So remember, remind yourself, you have wake-up calls. Wake-up calls. Anytime you're gaining weight, you step back and say, what am I doing? What have I done since I got to my low end on weight to where I am now that made me gain weight? What was different about that than when I was losing weight? And stop doing those things. Plan. Plan ahead. Plan for success by planning how to overcome obstacles that would send you back to failure. You can do that. And then, what is success? Make sure you plan for true success, not just some nominal success. Like a lot of people will say, well, when I get to my goal weight, and it might be 50 pounds, it might be 30, it might be 100. It just depends on your situation. But they'll say, when I get to my goal weight, then I'm going to eat like a horse. I'm going to go out and have a big party, and I'm going to go crazy, and I'm going to binge. And what that does is it makes that goal weight nothing but a number because they don't stay there. Because they've planned, again, to reward themselves in a big, big way with food when they hit that number, and they go right back to where they started from. So you can't plan to reward yourself that way. That is not the formula for true success. That's the formula for hitting a number that you don't stay at. You want to stay there when you get there. So you're going to continue to weigh in after you reach your goal. You're going to modify. Ime will guide you on this if you want to follow Ime. The maintenance phase allows you to eat some things that you weren't eating when you were losing weight. But you also have that tempering of what happens when you eat some of those other things by weighing in. If you continue to weigh in, if you continue to plan your meals, even after you've made your goal, you have lifelong changes in how you eat. You have lifelong changes in how you take care of your body. And the weigh-ins tell you if you're starting to gain back. And so if you go to your goal weight and you gain 5 pounds or 4 or 6, whatever it is, but not much, that again is a wake-up call that you have changed too much from the weight loss phase, and you need to go back to that weight loss phase, get to your goal weight, and then don't allow yourself as much of the stuff that pushed you up in weight in the future. And you stay in that maintenance phase, and again, we guide you in that, so you just have to follow the system. The point is that a lot of it comes to you and how you set yourself right now, before you even start losing weight at all, how you set yourself up in your mind as to what it is that's going to happen when you get to your goal weight. Again, your reward is not more food. It's not going crazy. Your reward is a great body, a healthy body, and a better self-image, and all those things that are your true motivation. If you write them down now, those are your reward. So it has to be a permanent change in how you view food in your life and how you view your own body and what is important in your life. Being active, being energetic, having an improved social life, having greater health, having a sharper mind. All of those are great motivators and great rewards. So you can do this. You can do this. Just plan for success.
TopFitPros.com